I'm so tired too. I'm so tired.
Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris for president after the end of Tuesday night's presidential debate against Donald Trump. The pop star made her announcement in an Instagram post signed as Childless Cat Lady, a reference to comments made by Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too.
Her post, breaking her silence on the 2024 election, explained, "I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them." Within 24 hours of her announcement, nearly 340,000 people had visited the voter registration website using a custom link created and shared by Swift.
Brilliant. Superb. Great.
Look, I don't care how Taylor Swift votes, and I certainly don't support either Trump or Harris, but I support people's right to vote for whomever they choose. However, apparently, that's not the case for Megyn Kelly, who just lost her mind over this news.
F you, Taylor Swift. F you, Taylor Swift.
F you, Taylor Swift.
Let's not beat around the bush. Megyn Kelly just exposed herself again, and at this point, she's practically shooting herself in the foot every time she opens her mouth. So, who is Megyn Kelly, really? Well, she's neither an intellectual, nor a well-respected journalist, nor someone considered relevant for her political analysis. She's an American commentator who, certainly because of her blonde hair and telegenic looks, started on Fox News, the pinnacle of moderate and fair journalism. Megyn Kelly is known for two things, basically, saying that Jesus is white and asking Trump about his history of nasty comments about women during the 2015 Republican debate. Then, she left Fox News after, I have to admit, bravely exposing the toxic environment there in her book, and someone at NBC thought it was a good idea to give her a daytime talk show. Megyn Kelly, daytime TV's answer to the question nobody asked. Really? Okay, she did some great interviews, wore nice clothes, and had Rose McGowan on her show at a time when we needed her voice, but that's about it. After that, Megyn Kelly decided to defend blackface on her show and was fired shortly after. She was even portrayed by Charlize Theron in Bombshell, a film about the Roger Ailes scandal at Fox News, and I still can't believe that Hollywood tried to sell us on this feminist girl boss narrative about Megyn Kelly. After her disgraceful exit from NBC, Megyn Kelly slunk back into the shadows, but briefly because, well, Megyn Kelly can't stay quiet for long. She came back with a new nose in a podcast called The Megyn Kelly Show, where she vents her bitterness like a self-help group for people who refuse to go to therapy.
I miss sort of being a voice of reason in the storm.
Right.
And it's here that we see the real Megyn Kelly, bitter, mean, and willfully ignorant. Before her meltdown over Taylor Swift, she tried coming for Naomi Osaka. Remember that? Naomi Osaka, the tennis star and global icon, graced the cover of Sports Illustrated, celebrating her athletic prowess and activism. But instead of applauding Osaka's impact, Kelly decided it was time to yell at another woman. She criticized Osaka for appearing on the magazine cover while supposedly shunning the media. How dare a young black woman control her own narrative, right? In a now-deleted tweet, Osaka clapped back, reminding Kelly that magazine shoots are planned months, sometimes over a year, in advance. She blocked Kelly, who then whined about it on Twitter like a jilted high school bully who didn't get her way. Guess she's only tough on the courts, Kelly snarked. No, Megyn, she just doesn't have time for your nonsense. Kelly's obsession with going after women didn't end there. Next up, Alicia Keys. What could Alicia Keys have possibly done to offend Megyn Kelly? Well, during the Israel's attack on Gaza, Alicia posted a message promoting peace and love, because that's what she does. But Kelly went ballistic, calling her disgusting among other things. She even suggested Alicia should lose her sponsorships. All this because Alicia had the audacity to preach peace. By the way, this is the same Megyn Kelly who cries about cancel culture every other week, but when it's someone she disagrees with, she's first in line to demand their head on a platter. And let's not forget Kelly's outrage over the pro-Palestinian protests at Columbia University. She called the students disgusting for protesting for Palestinian rights, even going so far as to tell them to get out of America if they don't like it here.
Screw them. You don't like America? Get out! Get out! We don't want you here either. You don't want to be here? We don't want you. It's perfect. Go home. Honestly, like half these people are chanting in Arabic about this country that they've clearly chosen, but it's not good enough for them. Get out! We don't need you here.
Blam, 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 blam.
I just love the fact that she's talking about these Americans as if they were not Americans, always referring to their country of origin. Anybody who's experienced racism and bigotry knows exactly what I am talking about.
I think it's pretty clear.
Then there's her unhinged rant about the 2024 Olympic Games women's boxing competition involving Algerian boxer Imane Khelif. Kelly went on a tirade, claiming that Khelif was a man competing against women, pushing all the predictable transphobic talking points. It was another example of her ignorance and obsession with demeaning women who don't fit into her narrow worldview. Earlier this year, she had already attacked Taylor Swift. Indeed, she lost her mind when Taylor attended a comedy show that aimed to benefit Palestinians in Gaza. That was enough for Kelly to call for a boycott of Swift's concerts, saying Taylor owes Israelis and Jewish Americans an apology. All because Taylor attended a comedy show to support the people of Gaza, who, by the way, are undergoing a tragedy. Then, of course, Kelly had another meltdown over Swift endorsing Kamala Harris. She went on her show, spewing venom about Swift supporting policies she doesn't like, revealing her true disdain for anyone, especially women, who don't fit into her intolerant bubble.
I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a shit who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walsh, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz' stance on LGBTQ, F you, Taylor Swift. And F all of the people who want to see these children have body parts chopped off and watch them sterilized under the age of consent, and then will ride off to their multi-gazillion-dollar mansions, never to think of them again. Emily, this is unbelievable. The left is losing its mind. She signed it Taylor Swift, childless cat lady.
It's funny because Megyn acts like she's a middle-class person, talking about the elites as if she isn't one herself. Personally, I'll always find it hilarious how Trump supporters and most Republicans talk about the elites and millionaires as if Trump's whole public persona wasn't about being rich. Megyn, calm down. You are rich, you got a huge paycheck from NBC. You are the elite. At the end of the day, you live in a huge New York apartment and you certainly don't have to worry about putting food on the table.
Oh my God.
So why is Megyn Kelly so mad? Is it because her kids are probably Swifties? Or is she just another spoiled brat throwing tantrums when she doesn't get her way? Or because she knows Taylor's power and influence? Let me know in the comments section because the world needs to come together to understand Megyn Kelly's obsession with Taylor Swift. I mean, the woman is clearly angry at the young pop star who now joins the exclusive club of Megyn Kelly's victims. It's a club that, notably, is mostly women of color. But Swift is one of the few white women to join those ranks. What an honor! Megyn Kelly says she struggles with the label of feminist. Well, my dear, it's not really a struggle when you make a career out of attacking every single woman who disagrees with you, especially women of color. Feminism isn't about yelling at women from your podcast pulpit or screeching at anyone who doesn't fit your narrow worldview. So no, Megyn, you're not a feminist. You're just a loud, angry person who thinks every disagreement is an invitation to a shouting match. It's almost funny how Megyn Kelly, a woman once bullied by Trump, has now become the very thing she claimed to despise, an angry, bitter, old bully who thinks yelling into a microphone makes her relevant. And here's the kicker, every single woman Megyn Kelly tries to drag down ends up more successful. Megyn Kelly will never be as liked, respected, or successful as these women. So, Megyn, maybe stop acting like a mean girl. It's bad for your health and, frankly, it's just embarrassing at this point. P.S. I am not a Taylor Swift fan, but you have to admit that if she makes Megyn Kelly and all the so-called pro-free speech figures angry, that means she's relevant.
That is really special. Even I couldn't know that well. Bravo!
Did you enjoy this video? If so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and family to keep the conversation going. Make sure to stay tuned to my channel for more exciting content covering all things pop culture. We dive into the latest trends, hot topics, and everything in between. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.